Hello, beautiful people. One more time. Let's go. So, it's very easy for me to find someone or something to blame. For me not being able to live the life that I desire or that I deserve. And I know this is not a new idea, or it's not something that's like finding the hidden truth, but it's definitely something that has taken me a long time to really embrace in my heart and in my soul, which is that the more self-aware that I become, the more conscious that I become, the more that I realize that I am my own biggest obstacle. It doesn't come from a place of trying to find a culprit or a guilty person or a guilty idea. It comes from a place of responsibility, of pure responsibility, of owning my destiny, my life. It has happened in my life very often that I find myself not keeping up with my word, or not doing the things that I know that I should be doing. And it's very easy to blame the circumstances, the stars, the astrological weather, other people, the timing. But it always comes down to the most important thing, myself. Very often I put things off. And it's never because of the surrounding reasons. It's never because of the things that my mind says that it's because. It usually is myself. It usually is just me getting in the way of my own well-being, in the way of my own happiness, in the way of truly getting, creating, achieving what I truly want. And I know my mind is not doing it trying to hurt me, or my mind is not doing it for the wrong reasons. It's just simply trying to protect me, whether it is from failures, from an uncomfortable hard work. Even many times it's trying to protect me from success. And those are ideas that I've had to work with, that I've had to understand and embrace, accept with humbleness, with love, with compassion. But for a very long time I've been stuck in that loop. A simple example of that showing up in my life is, I've started so many things, I've begun so many projects and so many ideas that even though I truly desire and that I feel aligned in my heart with my mission, with my purpose, with my talents, and that I feel very much alive when I'm doing them, very constantly I find myself creating the obstacles that show up as excuses, as laziness, as procrastination, as doubt, as fear, in order for me to not continue doing them or not going forward with them. A simple example is, in January I was doing these daily videos, and as soon as I started seeing a certain kind of response, I got myself I sold myself the idea of that I was not being authentic enough, that I needed to change things, that I wanted to do it in my native language, that I wanted to do it with different themes, with a different style, and I lost sight of why I was truly doing this. The reason why I'm doing this is I just want to share, I just want to learn how to explain my ideas better, I just want to practice me speaking out an idea and trying to channel what needs to come out of it. I know that the more I do it, the better I'll get. I know that there are going to be many times that I'm not going to be making a lot of sense, or that it's not going to be as good as I would like it to be. Of course I can write a script, of course I can plan it, of course I can create a storyboard and I can make a story, and I'm a storyteller after all. That's what I like. I like making people feel, transmit an idea through my stories, through my storytelling. But this specific project was not intended for that. This specific project is a personal thing, it's a personal project for me. That's why you rarely gonna find a call to action or subscribe and like or whatever, or share. It's because the truth is that I'm doing this in order for me to get better at channeling the ideas that I need to channel, or that I could channel, opening up my body, my heart, my mind, and my words for those ideas that need to come out. Of course, there are going to be mistakes with the lighting, with the equipment, with the sound, with with many other things. But that's not the important thing for me with this. If I want to, and if it's worth it, I will create other type of things, like what I do with my work, what I do with my different projects. But this is not it. This was a project made for me to grab momentum, to grab speed, and to start creating and speaking and sharing what needed to come out at the moment. And I got caught up in my mind. I got caught up in the fear, or not even shame, but in the fear, I started creating a lot of excuses of why I needed to reframe it, or why I needed to stop. So for the whole month of February I didn't post here on YouTube, and I decided to start posting in other places. I've been posting a little bit on Instagram, but I even stopped posting on Twitter, which I was doing a little bit more, or X, however you want to call it. And that was not the intention of this. The intention was just to use my voice, to speak my voice, to speak with my voice, to speak my truth, to embrace the mistakes, to embrace to embrace my mistakes, to embrace the failures in my grammar, in my spelling, not necessarily spelling because that's easy to handle, but in grammar, in the way I create the ideas and how I bring them into life. I got distracted. I allowed my mind to make noise and to create excuses of why I needed to be doing some other thing instead of that. So I stopped. I stopped once I was already gaining some momentum. So yeah, that's one example of how I've been my biggest obstacle into creating something that I've always wanted to create. this channel, just being open, just being free, just expressing myself. And I've noticed that I've been doing that in so many different things in my life. And I know that there might be a lot of people who got to this lifetime with a lot of awareness, with a lot of self-awareness, or they were taught, like we are our own biggest obstacles, and as long as we don't, or as long as I don't get myself out of the way, I will continue sabotaging or making myself miss or stop or procrastinate. But in the end, as I said, it's a matter of responsibility. It's not a matter of trying to find who's guilty. It's a matter of being responsible for my life, for my present, for my destiny, for my well-being, for my awareness, for my conscious awakening, for my purpose, for my path, and allowing my mind to continue being the main obstacle is another way of keeping me safe, is another way of protecting me. So I know it's not something new, but I got, today someone brought my attention into this important idea, and I noticed that I've been doing it in so many things. In my work, in my relationships, in my health, in my routine, in my spiritual journey, in my physical journey, in my abundance, in my manifestation, in my learnings. And I guess the first step is being humble and kind with myself, understanding and releasing, understanding that I am not perfect, that I am a human, that I might be a soul, that I might be a whatever it is, which I'm not sure yet what I am, but I am living this life in a human body, in this human suit, and in that sense I am not perfect. I'm going to continue making mistakes, and I rather learn from them. It doesn't mean that it's an excuse for me to continue making mistakes. Of course I want to learn, I want to improve, I want to get better, and I want to learn from these mistakes. I don't want to stay stuck in the failure loop. So I know it has to do a lot with the programming that I've received, whether it is from my family, from school, from society, from social media, from the news. But it is my responsibility to make something out of it. Whether it's learning, growing, expanding. But I'm tired of being my own obstacle. I'm tired of being the main reason, because it only creates shame, it creates a loss of confidence, it creates guilt, and that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous for me, for anyone, to stay in those frequencies, in those ideas. And my body can feel it, my physical body can feel it, my mind, my emotions. And no wonder why, even though there have been many things lately in my life that are immense things to be grateful for, and to feel proud, and to be happy for them, there have been a lot of moments lately in which I felt constricted, in contraction, limited. And I was feeling like, why am I not being able to cross the threshold that I wanted to cross? Why am I not being able to give this next step? that I know that I can make, that I've been building for, that I've been aiming for. And there's only one reason for that. There's only one single reason for that. It's because of me. It's because of me. It's because I've been the one not allowing myself to keep up with my word, to do the things that I say I'm going to do. I am the one, Nico, I'm the one that goes out and eats the junk food when I know it's going to make me feel like shit the next day. I am the one that knows that smoking cigarettes is going to make bad for me, it's going to be unhealthy, and I continue doing it. I still go out and get them, and get a cigarette, or, well, not anymore, and that's something that I want to continue documenting. I've quit cigarettes for good. But not only that, in patterns with my relationships, patterns with my friends, with my family, and especially in the relationship that I have with myself, with the confidence, with the trust. So, yeah, how to turn my mind from being my biggest obstacle into my best friend and my biggest opportunity. That's something that I'm still figuring out, but I guess it starts with being aware that that's what I've been doing, and that as long as I'm aware of that, I can be responsible of that. I can make something about it. I don't want to keep blaming the circumstances, society, the moon, the stars, the eclipses, my family, the opportunities, the economical situation in my country or in my city or in the world. Yeah, so this is it. A little bit of a ramble, a little bit of ideas. I've been writing about this, but I thought that the best thing for me right now is just to show up. Show up, press record, maybe edit. I don't know if I'm gonna cut the silences or not. Like, I need to release from all the expectations and all the rules that I've been creating for myself. I know there needs to be a guideline, there needs to be a direction, a clarity. But the best thing for me right now is to get out of my own way and just trust. Trust that I'm being guided, trust that I'm being inspired, trust that I have everything in me already to fulfill my mission, to fulfill my purpose. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. So this is it. Let's see what comes out. Let's start building momentum one more time, and that's it. So thank you one more time for giving me your time, your attention, your energy. And remember, I believe in you. You've got this. Nico, out.